Hey guys, today I'm talking all about my Momcozy breast pumps and the tips and tricks I have found to make them even more awesome. So I have loved these breast pumps. They just work fabulous for me. There is a little bit of a learning curve, so I wanted to share my tips and tricks with you. I love these so much, I even joined a Facebook group all about loving them, and the other moms share their tips and tricks, and I have a lot to share. First of all, I remember 2 years ago when I had my first baby, the Elvie and the Willow were out, and I just thought those were so cool, but I couldn't justify spending $500 on a breast pump. But I was really attracted to the way that they give moms just a little more freedom. It's really hard to pump and take care of a baby. I remember when I was doing my daily pumps while I was on maternity leave with my first, I would like put her on her play mat and try to pump and then hope she wouldn't cry, and yeah, it was just rough. My second daughter is just 3.5 months old, and I've been using these for, I don't know, maybe like 6 weeks, and I have the S12 model, but my tips and tricks will work for all of these Momcozy pumps. So first, you want to make sure you have the right flange size. Just like there's different flange sizes on other pumps, you want to make sure you have one that fits you. If you're a smaller busted or nippled woman, you can get little inserts to put in there, and that will really help your output. Now, you also want to make sure your nipple is absolutely in the middle when you're putting on this breast pump, because if it's to the side or like being pulled this way or this way and the nipple's actually like against the wall or something, you're not going to get any milk, and so you might do like a full pump, like a whole like 15-minute pump, and then you get it out and there's no milk, and it's just super frustrating. Now, a lot of times you can, if you have both of them on, you'll feel like this boob emptying and this boob not, and you'll be like, what's going on, and you'll look down. But a good way to avoid that is to always put them on correctly. So to make sure my nipple is always completely in the middle, I just kind of roll it on. So I have my bra down and I just roll it on, make sure my nipple's in the middle, and then turn it on. It is a good idea though to look down there and check a couple minutes in just to make sure milk is coming out though, because you may want to readjust it a little bit. Now it does have a massage mode and a stimulation mode. The massage mode's the little heart. I'm not a big fan of the massage mode. It does like 2 short pulls and then a long pull. What I do is I put it just on expression mode, the little drops. At level 1, it's going to be a weaker pull, but it's going to be a quicker pull, which is like what a baby normally would do, is just the quicker pulls. And then I bump it up. I only bump it up to like 2 or 3 because this pump is so strong. I think it goes up to 9 levels, but it's just not comfortable for me. And so it's strong enough and I get enough milk at levels 2 or 3. And so you may find that. I know some people in my Facebook group, they just keep it on like level 2 the whole time, or some people even keep it on just level 1 the whole time, and they get perfectly good milk from it. So yeah, this is a really strong pump. So I use it on level 1 until I feel or see my letdown. So you can just like peek down there and you'll see some like milk on the bottom. And then I'll bump it up to 2 or 3 and keep that going, my full pump. For me, a full pump is like about 10 minutes. I like to pump a couple extra minutes after I go dry just to like stimulate more milk. And a little pro tip, so most of us have a slacker boob. I turn off my good boob a couple minutes after I go dry and then do an extra like 2 minutes on my slacker boob just to like, you know, give it a little bit extra of a fighting chance, really stimulate it to make some more milk. And what's so great about the Momcozys, it would be a lot harder to do that on a traditional pump because you would have to like readjust the tubes and everything. And so that's just like a really easy way to like help out your slacker boob. Your bra choice does matter when you're wearing these. I just have on a really stretchy nursing bra, and that's pretty much what's probably going to be best. These ones that just kind of look like a sports bra. I have these on Amazon, on my Amazon store if you want to check it out. But I just bring the straps all the way down to the loosest and then take this off, roll on my pump, put it in there, and it's fine. I don't have to use extenders or anything. But you want it to be snug but not too tight. You definitely don't want it too loose. You just want a nice hold right there, basically. Once you have your pumps on, you can totally walk around, you can do your hair and makeup, you can be, you know, cooking dinner, you can be holding the baby, but like, you know, you gotta be kind of careful that you're not like knocking them out of place. You're not gonna be able to like do cartwheels in them. Like I wouldn't bend down and do dishes in them because I just want them to stay in place, but you do have that mobility to be like up walking around. If you're at your computer, you can get up and get a cup of coffee. but I wouldn't like bend down to your lowest filing cabinet and get something out, if that makes sense. So you don't have like crazy mobility, like you can't do yoga in them probably, but you do have a lot more mobility. I use them like before date nights, while I'm getting ready. I like to pump before I go somewhere, so I know I have my pump in, and then I have like the longest time before being uncomfortable, and then I have some extra milk to leave baby. Last week I worked from home a couple days while my baby was at the babysitter, and I had these just like while I was doing my work at my computer, but I could also get up and get a drink of water. I could like get a cup of coffee, I could walk around and do that kind of stuff, which was great. I did use the fridge trick that day. So the fridge trick is when you just pop these off, pour out your milk, and then I put these cups in a bowl in the fridge and let those just like stay in there in between pumps. So like 2.5 hours later, I get out, pump again, pour out the milk, put them back in the fridge. So that way I didn't have to clean them in between pumps. And then at the end of the day, I gave them a nice good scrub. When you pour out your milk, you're gonna pour it out of this like little hole right here, and you'll just pour it into your bottle. You have to pour it into a bottle to know how much milk you have. Once you've been using these a while, you can kind of eyeball it and be like, oh, that's probably going to be about 4 ounces, but to know for sure, you pour it in a bottle. I never pour it directly into a bag. I find pouring directly into a bag, you're not getting like a very accurate count of how many ounces, just because the bags, I don't know, you have to have like the bottom completely flat, or like, I don't know, you're just not always sure. So I always pour it into a bottle before I pour it into a bag if I'm gonna be like freezing it, you know? So you can pour it into there. If it's your last pump of the day, or you just wanna make sure you get every drop, you can take this off and then just pour those last couple drops in there. It's super easy to take apart and clean. There's really not that many parts. But when you're putting it back together to make sure you don't have any leakage, you're really gonna wanna make sure that this part right here has a really nice seal on your pump. So you're gonna wanna just go all the way around it, make sure it's completely on, because people who have leakage, usually I think this is what was going on, that this part wasn't completely on right. So I even will like put this flat on a table and then give it a little extra, a little press down, and sometimes you can even hear a click if like part of it wasn't completely on. But yeah, that's a good way to make sure it won't leak any. Also, when you're taking it off, just like I roll it on, I kind of roll it off. So I'll take down my nursing bra and then lean forward and then just kind of roll it off. So that way, if there was any milk that was like right here, hadn't made it down into the bottle yet, it won't just like fall out, it'll like fall in, if that makes sense, because that can happen. Sometimes you still have milk like right here that just kind of collected. And if you just take it off, just like boop, then it might just run down here, and then that's frustrating. We don't want to lose any drops of milk. I can get a solid 3 or 4 pumps out of my Momcozy battery before needing to recharge it. But to keep in mind, sometimes I do have to bump it up a level if it's like my 3rd pump of the day and I haven't charged it. So the 1st pump of the day, I might be doing my expression mode at 2. And then by my 3rd pump, I'm doing it at 3, just because maybe the battery's getting a little tired. All in all, I have loved this pump. I feel like it has given me a lot of freedom. I do use it out and about as well if I have to be away from the baby. I have a hair appointment coming up, and I'm gonna bring these to my hair appointments and probably use them during my hair appointment and literally just pop them in, pour it in a bottle in the cooler, and then be good to go. It is just a game changer for moms, not having to plug anything into the wall, not having all the tubes. They're just so little that they're easy to port around. My husband had a work party and I used these while getting dressed, and then I actually used them at the party. I just went into his office and pumped and was good to go. And I just put the pump parts in a bag to clean for later. You could also purchase a second set of parts if you aren't able to do the fridge trick or you don't feel comfortable doing the fridge trick. And then you could use them twice in a row without having to wash parts. These, I think, just provide a lot of ease and freedom for us mamas. Now, Momcozy was one of the early providers of these portable pumps. You will see some other providers like on Amazon and maybe just other companies. This is the S12 model, and you'll see other companies even carrying the S12 model. I would just be careful, make sure that the company you are buying your S12 model from is a good company that maybe provides customer service, that has good reviews. Momcozy is a reputable company, but they do sell out. And so if you're wanting to buy some and Momcozy is out, just make sure you're buying from a good company. The company Carer also sent me the S12 model and they were great customer service. Their box even came with like an extra set of parts and breast pads, so that was cool. I have links for the Momcozy and Carer S12 models that I'll put in the description box with my coupon codes. But if you guys have any questions, I will monitor the comment section and I'm happy to answer any that I have. If you see a mama that asked a question about it, feel free to answer if you know the answer. I would love for the comment section to be like a support for us mamas. Thank you so much for watching this video. I make mommy and lifestyle content here on YouTube. I would love if you subscribed if you haven't already. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you in my next video.